In this video, I'm turning a canned tuna into something so elevated, your clients won't believe what they're eating. So I'm making beet tuna with homemade flatbread. But we're gonna start with our flatbread and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make a flatbread at home. Okay, all you need for a homemade flatbread is either sour cream or some yogurt. The reason why we're using sour cream or yogurt is because it adds like a little bit of like that flavor, that acidic, tangy flavor, but it's also fat, and we need fat in our dough so that it's like soft and not too like tough. So the consistency is really important with this flatbread. Other than that, it's like super simple to make. So what I do is I add water like little by little. So just to make sure that it's not too like sloppy, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and add more because this is too like shaggy. So I mix it with a spoon first until a dough forms. So right now, as you can see, it's a little too wet. I think it's still too like, it's too much moisture. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get a little more flour. Okay, just gonna add a little bit of flour. And then keep stirring. So the consistency is supposed to be like, you can basically take a small piece and then work it with your hands. But right now it's super wet, so that's why I'm gonna add a little more. And then we can go ahead and start kneading with our hands, and that's gonna help you to basically understand the consistency a little more, because if you keep stirring with a spoon, you're not gonna be able to understand the consistency because you're not feeling it, right? So go ahead, you know, use your hands and then start kneading the dough. This is perfect. So what I'm gonna do, I just wanna rest it a little bit so that it gets a little softer. And while this is resting, in our bowl right here, we're gonna make the beet sauce with the tuna. So for the beet sauce, you obviously need boiled or roasted beets. So the reason why I'm using beets is, one, I really love the color, to be honest. Right now it's like really dark purple, but like once it's blended, you'll see how purple it is. And two, it has this earthy flavor that most people actually don't like. But I love that earthy flavor. And what I mean by that is, like, if a vegetable grows really close to the ground, like to the soil or like underground, it tastes earthy because it's like, it's closer to the earth, you know? So let's say mushrooms are earthy as well because they grow in soil. I've added mayo for some fat and sour cream for some like tangy sour taste, and some, of course, like to add a little bit of like creamy taste as well. And I'm doing miso just for that salty flavor. And then we're gonna do white sugar, because if we don't add sugar, it's just gonna be too salty. And that sugar is gonna balance everything out. And I've added pickle juice as well for acid, but I'm also gonna do some lemon juice for another form of acid. We're also gonna do some lemon zest. Okay, look how bright pink this is right now. This is what I'm talking about. It's such a cute color. So we're gonna taste to see if it needs more salt. No, it's perfect. Dump all this inside. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and pour this beautiful sauce. Oh my God, so cute. It's like Barbie pink. I love the color. Let's taste it this way. It's so bright and tasty. I'm just gonna put this in the fridge for a little bit just for it to cool down. And then while this is cooling down, we're gonna start working on our flatbread. Flatbread. Okay, so our dough is, ooh, it's so soft. It's all rested. Look how stretchy this is. You see how easy it is to just do this with your hands. You don't even need a rolling pin. And it's just literally 3-4 ingredients. Okay, so I'm not gonna stretch it too thin because I still want that soft little bite. But what I'm doing right now is I'm heating my cast iron pan right here. And we're not gonna use olive oil or any kind of like fat to cook this because we want that char, okay? And if you use some sort of like fat, you're just gonna fry the bread instead of charring it. And that char is gonna add that like that grilled kind of flavor. And using cast iron is not necessary, but I'm gonna tell you, like, it's really important because it retains the heat more, right? So when you're cooking the flatbread on a cast iron pan, it's gonna have more of that char that we want. So you don't have to obviously use this ring. I'm just using it just to make the edges a little, like, look a little softer. And then we're just gonna do this and then throw it in our pan, a preheated pan. And then we're gonna cook it like about 1 to 2 minutes per side. And then flip it and then do the same, and then it's all gonna be done and ready. It smells so good. You see this char around? I mean, usually I would char it maybe a little more, but it's already cooked. And I don't want this to be like overcooked because right now it's so soft and so squishy. I love this. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna like, let's see. So I kind of want this to be like perfect. So I'm gonna use this ring mold. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put some sliced avocado on top first and then the tuna because I feel like avocado and tuna goes really well together because avocado is fatty and tuna is really lean. So it kind of balances that leanness out and add a little bit of like creamy. First we're just gonna place it on. There we go. My favorite thing in this whole wild world. That was insane. I love it. It's almost always like a near-death experience, which I just love. I have another mold because I'm crazy. I want this to look perfect. So we're just gonna place this smaller ring mold on top. So all we have left is to just decorate this. Oh wow, this looks so fancy. And it's crazy to think that this is made out of like flour and canned tuna. So we have the beet tuna on this charred flatbread. It looks amazing, it tastes amazing. It's super quick to like throw together, especially like for clients who need a meal like right away. But it's also really impressive and it's really tasty. So if you like this video, I have a lot more like it. You should check this one out right now.